Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting educational value and meaningful interaction.
iNYALA 2019 is organized by Hello Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Perhatian Ni.
9 months of really hard work on these people's, on the organizers' part.
And iNYALA 2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting educational value and meaningful interaction.
iNYALA 2019 is organized by Hello Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Perhatian Ni.
9 months of really hard work on these people's, on the organizers' part.
And iNYALA 2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting educational value and meaningful interaction.
Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Perhatian Ni.
on these people's, on the organizers' part.
And iNYALA 2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting educational value and meaningful interaction.
iNYALA 2019 is organized by Hello Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Berhad TNB.
9 months of really hard work on these people's, on the organizers' part.
And iNYALA 2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting educational value and meaningful interaction.
iNYALA 2019 is organized by Hello Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Berhad TNB.
9 months of really hard work on these people's, on the organizers' part.
And iNYALA 2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting educational value and meaningful interaction.
Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Berhad TNB.
work on these people's, on the organizers' part.
And iNYALA 2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting, educational value and meaningful interaction.
iNYALA 2019 is organized by Hello Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Berhad TNB.
9 months of really hard work on these people's, on the organizers' part.
And iNYALA 2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting, educational value and meaningful interaction.
iNYALA 2019 is organized by Hello Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Berhad TNB.
9 months of really hard work on these people's, on the organizers' part.
And iNYALA 2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting, educational value and meaningful interaction.
iNYALA 2019 is organized by Hello Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Berhad TNB.
2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting educational value and meaningful interaction.
iNYALA 2019 is organized by Hello Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Perhatian B.
Months of really hard work on these people's, on the organizers' part.
And iNYALA 2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting educational value and meaningful interaction.
iNYALA 2019 is organized by Hello Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Perhatian B.
Months of really hard work on these people's, on the organizers' part.
And iNYALA 2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting educational value and meaningful interaction.
Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Perhatian B.
Months of really hard on the organizers' part.
And iNYALA 2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting educational value and meaningful interaction.
Organized by Hello Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Berhad TNB.
9 months of really hard work on these people's, on the organizers' part.
And iNYALA 2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting educational value and meaningful interaction.
Organized by Hello Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Berhad TNB.
9 months of really hard work on these people's, on the organizers' part.
And iNYALA 2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting educational value and meaningful interaction.
Organized by Hello Media, powered by Tenaga Nasional Berhad TNB.
hard work on these people's, on the organizers' part.
And iNYALA 2019 has come to an end. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all our partners.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to iNYALA.
My well wishes are for iNYALA to achieve great success and to fuel Malaysia with beautiful installations, interesting educational value and meaningful interaction.
Alright. Hi everyone. Good. Happy Friday. And welcome back to our third installment of iNYALA online workshops. So today we have three awesome speakers with us. So we actually look forward to learn as much as we can and share and understand what they do, and I'm really excited to have these three speakers with us today. So we have with us today Paul from KZ, and we have also Coune, all the way from Indonesia, Jakarta I think, so I think he will talk more about it. And we also have Stanley, who also, I think you're also part of the mentor last time, right, in iNYALA 2019. So it's interesting to see the talent that we have today. And just to also recap on the first session, second session, and also third session that we did for iNYALA online workshops. So the first session we have Saubin, Amanda and also Nabila. During that time we actually talked more about the conceptualization and also ideation of our of how you can actually create digital art and so on. And on the second session we have Crystal, Casey's, and also we have Fong, who shared their visual journey, how they actually started from, you know, creating something with certain software and work with digital other digital software, and also the you know, data itself, and produce like really interesting visual and also installation. And today we actually will slightly more focus on the technicality and also the application of what else you can actually do with visual and also all the other hardware that you have you know, lying around currently with all the technology that we have. So without further ado, I think I will invite our first speaker today, which is Paul. So Paul is I think one half of you know, person at KZ Innovation. He will talk more about what is KZ and so on, but essentially KZ is an interactive and immersive studio. And I think you guys have seen or experienced some of his or their work before. So today is how you guys actually, you know, got to know about behind the scenes and stuff. So over to you, Paul.
Hi, thanks for having me. Can you hear me well? I guess so, right?
Yes, all good.
Okay, cool. Let me share my screen actually, so that I can, you know,
Yes,
kind of walk through. So what I'll be sharing today is a little bit about KZ and what we do. I think more the whole idea of it is to give you know, everyone who's watching an idea of what I guess, you know, idea of what the whole thing can come into. So we're a business, we're a studio. We're based in, well, a lot of our production is based in Malaysia and Poland. We also have an office in the United Arab Emirates. So our UAE branch focuses on markets in the Gulf countries. Our Poland company focuses on the projects in Europe. And in Malaysia, we kind of produce things for Asia Pacific. So we are an interactive immersive studio. We design, develop, deploy interactive experiences to tell stories and create emotional connections. So we do all kinds of stuff from like brand pop-ups, experiential flagship store experience centers, education centers, museums, galleries, science centers, theme parks, showrooms, things like that. So today I want to talk about immersive interactive experiences, which is basically what we do. It's a very big word, so I'll try to dive into what we actually do. So the first thing I want to cover is why now? Why are we doing interactive and immersive experiences? One of the main reasons why we do it is because of today's audience. Humans, have become increasingly sophisticated in how we learn and how we engage. We're no longer passive consumers. We're in complete control of how, when, and where information is fed to us. So interactive experiences turns an audience into collaborators of the experience, making the world transform around the audience rather than the audience adapting to the world that we create. The other reason why we do it is because it's sensory. Interactive experiences makes connections with the users in more ways than one. An experience that is unique to daily experiences. We build experiences that activates human responses to discovery, difficulty, competition, completion, captivation, and all kinds of stuff. It's a lot to do with emotional connections. So triggering things in the brain. And so I just want to cover how we do, what kind of defines an interactive immersive experience and how we do it. Basically, every time when we get into a project, we try to cover three things. The first thing before we even start on any project is to design the experience. What we do is we research, curate, and design the experiences, covering, asking ourselves questions like, who is our audience? What is the story? What are we trying to tell, right? What kind of space are we working with? So designing the space, and then creating the interactions, and then what does the client want to get out of the whole experience? So like the consumer insights. So first we start with the experience design, and then we move on to immersion. We use all kinds of platforms, both online and offline. So immersion is one of the characteristics that identifies an interactive experience more than anything else. We plan our mediums by asking ourselves, how do we want people to feel in the space? How should the space be interpreted by the end user? Should it be calming, welcoming, intriguing? And then we decide on the type of platforms that we use. It could be sensory stuff, with water or air, or anything that is, trigger sensors. We use lasers and lights. We use large-scale displays, LEDs and projectors, virtual reality, mixed reality, like augmented reality, and we also use the web and apps. And the last thing that we try to cover in an interactive experience is, of course, the interaction itself. With interactions, the options are limitless. You can use motion tracking, hand tracking, facial tracking, touch sensors, mouse keyboard input, all kinds of things to be able to tell the full story. And this is kind of a gist of what we would usually cover in an entire project. I'll just not walk you through, but maybe show you a few projects that we've done. And then maybe we can, come to a Q&A at the end if you want to ask some questions about the project. So one of the projects I want to show you is a project we did with Coldplay. This was a project that was done in 4 different cities all at the same time, in New York, Berlin, Tokyo, and London. So the dome projection where people come in. The Coldplay was launching Music of the Spheres. So we created 4 different domes with visuals, with a kinetic flooring, There is an AR experience where you can dance with one of their aliens. You can send a message to the projection, that kind of thing. I'll just show you a video. Yeah, so that was Coldplay. It was a really, really fun project. I think one of the first times that we were working with, I mean, it was a really unique experience because of the very small things. Like when we launched the registration site, it had to be super secure and super hidden from the web because every little sneak preview of something that Coldplay does, somebody will pick up on it, somebody will, leak kind of the entire event. So it was a pretty cool experience. It was quite, I mean, the whole technology and all this, I think it's quite straightforward. It's, projectors, projection mapping, having tablets on site where you can type in things and that gets sent to a web database that the computer reads and projects the messages that you sent on the screen. And the AR thing is also quite simple. It's some skeletal detections and things like that. So this was Coldplay. I'll just go to another project. This was a project that we did with Audi in Hong Kong. So this amongst a lot of other things, the main thing that we built there was this 4D VR experience where you get to sit in an Audi A8L or the Audi R8. So in the Audi A8L, it's a very luxurious car. So you get to use the menu and pick on different things, like you can change the temperatures and you actually feel the hot wind or cold wind from it. You could click on Sense and it will blow out Sense from the car. And in the Audi R8, we kind of mimic the sense of G-force with hair dryers just blowing at you with cold wind. Nice. So this was quite cool. This thing is actually still live in Sim Sa Sui in Hong Kong, and I think this was done maybe 3 years ago, but it was kind of interesting at that time. So that was Audi. Claire de Pio. Claire de Pio was quite simple. I mean, these brands are very cool on its own, and creating kind of an immersive, interactive thing for them is usually quite not straightforward. But when you get to work with brands that are sexy, you just got to bring it up to life. You just got to create ideas and think about different things. So we built up this pop-up for them in Hong Kong. There were some interactive screens, some projection mapping, some interactive projections as well, I believe, at the end. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, quite simple. Just sometimes with brands, you just gotta stay classy. Yeah, and maybe the last one, so I don't take up so much time. This was for Hennessy in Hong Kong and Macau. It's all kinds of things. There's like LEDs. There's a web app. Yeah, LEDs with like there's balloons in the middle that kind of synchronizes with the LEDs to change colors. Yeah, it's just a full experience. Yeah, I think that's good enough for now. Yeah, so I think this is me and this is us. Get in touch with me if you feel like. This is my QR code. Scan me and you get into my WhatsApp. And I think I'll just leave it here until we get to Q&A. Maybe everybody have some questions.
Yeah, cool. I think maybe we can just pick up a few things that I think I would want to ask. We'll definitely have like a full Q&A at the end of the session itself, but I think it would be interesting to see to also know like what do you do? I mean, like, do you actually sort of like design the whole entire thing from A to Z, or do you actually just focus more on the hardware, or just focus more on the interactive part and stuff? Like, how do you normally do as Kazakh, I think?
Right. I think as Kazakh, we do all kinds. I mean, different clients have different configurations. Some clients we work. Some clients already have the ideas, and we just need to execute or make it a little bit better, or help them understand the technology, what the limitations are, how we could make it sometimes even cooler than what they imagined. So all kinds. Sometimes we just throw in with a brief of like, hey, we have this thing that we want to launch. Give us some ideas, and then we just think about the whole experience design. What do we want to tell people? Who are our audience? And then create a story from there before we go into the whole technology of things.
Yeah, cool. I mean, just to also tie back with what we do at iNYALA is interesting, because I think majority of people who's watching and also going to watch is students, because the whole idea of iNYALA is it's a competition for students to basically see the potential of using arts and technology together. And I think you guys actually show it in a really nice way on how it's sustainable for people who actually have this kind of skill sets, that you can actually go out and really technically make money, a lot of money actually. Right? So it's interesting to see from a very commercial point of view. And I think this is also interesting to see throughout the whole entire night today, because we have you who's like really focused on the commercialization on how we can actually use arts and technology. While we have Stanley, who I think coming up next, going to talk more about how he actually work on his stuff from a hobbyist point of view. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, so like I think I mean with the community that you have, I mean, this is my office. Welcome.
Awesome.
The hard part of business is, I mean, there's a big market for it. There are a lot of jobs in this industry, and it's endless. Like, what you can do is really up to you. And I think one of the biggest challenge we have as a company is actually looking for talents, looking for very talented people, or people who just want to learn, who are really interested in going in learning how to do stuff like this. So I mean. Don't want to do a HR drive now, but if you're interested, hit me up and we'll speak.
I'll think definitely there will be some people I will send in some email later on, or contact you for like interns and stuff. So don't worry about it.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, Paul. We'll catch up later on at the end of the session. I think there'll be like more questions and stuff coming up from the YouTube live and other channels that we have. I think next we can go to Stanley. Again, to introduce Stanley. Stanley is, you know, this IoT guy. He did a lot of stuff, really cool stuff with a lot of IoT stuff. So I guess I'll let Stanley introduce herself and also maybe share about your presentation then.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for the. Yeah, okay. Well, actually, I kind of do a lot of things, but a lot of them have to do with. But this talk, I think I talk a little bit more about art installation and also about specifically on the how I was quite obsessed with this spectrum. Let me share my.
Ken, I think we lost you. I don't know. I lose you for a moment. Like it's like not, but should be okay lah.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes, can.
You're seeing the full screen, right?
No. I'm seeing the PowerPoint.
Oh.
It's opening out on the other screen, is it?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, that happened to me a lot.
How do I do this?
Maybe I think you can.
I switch my monitor because this camera.
Yeah, understand.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
It's okay, take time to. Is it? I think you can do the switch window, right?
Where is that?
That switch window. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh no, this one. Yeah.
So, I think.
Maybe you can open from the other screen and then try to see you can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Share the other screen.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, I should have shared the.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah, you're seeing the screen, right?
Yes, I'm seeing. Yes. Okay. Now good. Alright. Cool.
Good.
Okay. The floor is yours.
Let's continue. Yeah.
Alright.
Hi, everyone. My name is by this organization called SVT Make. So how do I usually introduce myself is as an interaction between like art and science. So I'm an educator. I teach a lot of creative coding, and I think I do a lot of practice art installation as well. But on the other side, I do a lot of like hardware stuff like electronics and use with or really more not so much art, more like very a little bit of myself. I call myself an IoT evangelist, so I promote Internet of Things, and then I think nowadays even with a lot of this art installation, a lot of this IoT installation, I do hardware design, and I'm also so I do a lot of art. And on educational side, I'm actually an adjunct lecturer at not most of the classes, except there was one get the student do especially their final project to do a size small scale art installation. So this is to talk a little bit about my past project, but the main focus was on the audio visualizer and spectrum. How to use LED as a can drive the project, and then later some about one of the first projects I did with called Lattice. I think this one was done in not so this is by D. So we hang a lot of LED.
Sorry, Stanley. We actually lose you a bit lah. Do you happen to actually, maybe we can actually change like mic or something, because like it keep like I hear you a bit and then I lose you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How about
now? Try to talk.
yeah? Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, now better. I think it's okay. You try to say first, and then we'll see how.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So this one lattice is actually the thing was hang from the wall. So what it does is that it interact with a wireless controller. So we use a controller wireless. What it does is like it simulates some sort of like a raining door on the. This is actually done in like a club like that, and then later we actually make this one synchronize to the. So the challenge with this is that it's all wireless, and once it is up in the roof, you cannot really do any. Second one, this is called Superstruck. So this is engaged by an industrial designer. What it does is that they just want a very simple reading lights. So have to design everything, and then they strip it down to. So all it does, this is just like a showpiece, and it just like the lights just doing like a breathing sequence.
Oh, nice.
Or more for like a display. Next one, this one is probably one of my toughest project so far. So this one was actually engaged for the iLikes Marina Bay 2016. This is like very long. So what it does is that when the whole structure is very, very big. It's around 3 meters. When you touch one of the points there, it out some sort of like a lightning bolt like that. So this project was actually quite tough. I think during that project, I think I spent the whole night in Bay outdoor there until the project was done. So this is actually currently still running in APW Bangsa. You can actually go. So kind of very surprised that that lasted until 2022. I spent it last like 6 months only. This one is Quantum again by June. This by Art Science Museum was really enjoy this project because the hospitality from Art Science Museum was really great. So what this does is that it emulate like a quantum physics, with some sort of a laser move. So, but the other participants were doing a lot of the science part project. So three of us was engaged. 3 artists were engaged to do this kind of like make it more like a light show and light display using art. The specialty of this thing is actually remote programming. So once we set this up in Art Science Museum in Singapore, we safely come back to KL, and then I could program everything remotely. Doesn't need to make a trip down to Art Science Museum. Last one, this was very interesting. Engaged by obviously Absolute Vodka, some sort of a light rays done by BGB. And a lot of like high power lights to shine onto the color, so then you get a very long sort of rays. I think they brought these projects, they brought this thing to, I think, like from. Next one is the music synthesizer table. This one was engaged, I think, by Anakin for BGBG. Very big team, not me alone. Drums were all the sensors, bottles, the touch bottle. I think I was doing the middle part with the, but I think this is like almost like, I'm not sure, 30 to 40 parts of like, move the whole thing to, I think, in that point. They were to pay down. Tough and challenging project, but pretty. Yeah, okay. So back just a bit of short introduction. Back to my talk. So my talk is about what is an audio spectrum analyzer. So basically what it does is that input audio or music, so we have to take in a bit of and break down the audio frequencies to different octaves, like 31 kilohertz, 63 hertz, 128, double the hertz until human probably can. And get the readings on this, and then we display the output very fast on web. So the LED or the output, that one is the canvas. Some of the projects I'll go through a very the most simple one with a bit of video. So the first one is the 7-channel. So there's this very easy to chip you call SEG EQ chip. Don't require any computer. So this is great for if you want to do a project. It doesn't want to leave your laptop or a PC there. Second one is 32 channels. This is running on a RGB matrix. This one I'm using a Tinsy. This also doesn't require any computer. The third one, we did one for the Star KL with a Raspberry Pi, and so this one require a little mini PC for that. The fourth one, this is the probably the latest one I did is using a Raspberry Pi Pico. Last one is the one that 64 by 64 LED. So the first one is a 7-channel running this chip. This chip, if you search for MSG EQ7, is a very simple chip. What it does is that you input audio, it will output you like have a lot of bass, then you get the first two things like very easy to program, and then a lot of this is probably the easiest choice to get started. The only drawback would probably be sometimes the chip is difficult to find. Other than that, you will map the audio level to the demo.
Oh, you want to do demo?
No, just do a video demo, because I think it shows it a much better.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. This is during the one is during the this is during the testing. And so all you plug in is just audio input.
Also to ask, this one you can control the color, or you that is it?
You can control everything.
Nice.
You can control everything. So if you want them to be everything shades of blue, shades of green, or like that. So this is probably one of the easiest to build.
Really nice. Like, you know, we can build and stuff.
Go to the next one. The next one is a 32 channel Kinsey plus this is a very popular LED called WS20. So this is, I would say, one of the best performance and the best audio response is that it will respond to all sorts of audio. I'm actually, this is my permanently below my TV. So whenever I watch my TV, this be running, and then you can see on the thing blinking. Unless it's very annoying, I'll turn it off. Tinsy boards, the audio board is a little bit difficult because this had to be ordered from the US. No computer needed. All the programmings are done using an Arduino. We were using this during the 2019 iNYALA staircase. So during the iNYALA staircase, the one that set it up. But this probably, I guess this is my favorite. Besides the pretty difficult to get a board, you have to order it. Just quickly show the board itself. How the
wow! Oh, you did? I didn't know you have TikTok. We should actually follow your TikTok.
Yeah, let me just show you this one. Yeah, so. So as you can see that the response is actually very, very fast and
very responsive.
Yeah, so that was the Tinsy one, which I really like about Ryzen. The next one is this one is again a 32 channel for this Star KL. But the challenge for this is that you notice that just nice we have 32 strips of lights there. So the 32 strips of light, what happened was that these are all only white, so I can only do either dim or bright. Can't do color at all. So I'm mapping the audio signal to the brightness level. This I probably need a Raspberry Pi and some output everything. And this give actually when you play it, you can see that the centerpiece is like moving quite fast. Probably better to show
the video.
But yeah, I think it's this is the
nice.
As you can see that based on the space sound, it will blink according to. But you're not see which are the bass and which are the treble because the effect is not really good. So it's not only doing it for probably just for color, you could map it to anything that has some sort of
value.
Value,
yeah.
So give a bit of a dynamic. And then I think after that we were running this for a while rather than running on a static pattern.
Yeah.
The next, this one was one of the latest one. This is a controller from Raspberry Pi called Pico. It is pretty affordable stuff. This is like that green part probably cost like 24 ringgit, very, very cheap, and it have very, very fast CPU. So typically, again, I built a small little board from the one at the side there, the one that you can see at the small little board here. Plug in a audio, and then this guy will output the audio. No computer needed for this. This is probably the lowest cost solution. Of course, the audio response is probably not as good as the Tinsy, but still acceptable. Yeah, video. This one. Yeah. So the response is not as good as the Tinsy.
Yeah. But still, I mean, it's still okay, I think. For that size, it's quite, yeah.
Don't compare, you probably can't see it. I mean, you can still get a bass when the bass is running. Things like that. Yeah. Some of this, the bass one was, I felt was slightly a bit slow.
Cool.
The next one is okay. The next one, this is the one that using the LED panels. The panels, I think iNYALA is going to use. This is 64 by 64 panels. These are the panels that you found everywhere in all the advertising, all the large billboards and everything. These panels are usually driven by some sort of a fast FPGA hardware. So typically you feed in video traffic very fast into this panel, and they can be like, hundreds of panels around, and then so I'm just driving it with one. So this one, I usually the wiring behind is very messy. So but then I found somebody did this adapter for Hub 75E. Most of this, the back, that connector is called the Hub 75E. So if you're using a Hub 75E, anything, you should run it. So I'm using one of the popular controller, fast controller, plug it behind, and then but this one I have to take the input sound from the computer itself, because the ESP32's ADC is not really that great, or else you
audio.
You won't get a lot of the nice one. Again, I'm using, this is a 64-bit, 64 by 64. I'm using half of it, so it's just 32 channels. With so the bottom part is the how the back looks like. Let me see. I'll just show you the video.
Nice.
So this one was probably, I would say, the most difficult to drive them. I was actually trying to use the INZI or the Pico to drive this one next, but then I'll get an adapter that is, or else the back wiring will be really
messy lah.
So the last one was this is the processing. Processing is a software use a lot of creative code, everything. I just want to show you how, like just now the music from the is taken here. How is I think this is just playing some MP3 file, and then let me just. Once I play this, is that the response is probably one of the fastest because this is done by a computer. You need, and then not show. So this is like all the breakdown of the frequency from 0 hertz to 20,000 hertz. That's how everything gets broken down. Software. So if you're going to use this, you need a computer at the site. So this is the one that I use for the Star KL also. So obviously you need a computer to run this, and the code is a little bit similar like the INZI. Yeah. So I think that's about it. So hope everyone
really nice.
get a very interesting thing on my obsession on spectrum analyzers. Some of text.
Yeah, I've seen some of your project on Instagram. I didn't know that you have in TikTok. I'll definitely follow you on TikTok now. But
create videos and everything gets shared to.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's interesting. One of my question were basically I wanted to also ask. I think for the sake of some of I think student or people who are actually watching, definitely on what kind of software that you use. But you actually shared at the end that you actually use processing. Do you also use other software other than processing, or majority of the project that you work on is on processing?
I use a lot of, I think, mostly Arduino and processing. But recently, typically I use a lot of if I want to. Recently, I was dealing with sound, so I use one of them called Sonic Pi,
Mm-hmm.
the
Right.
MIDI sound. But
Mm-hmm.
the processing you can be used for a lot of things like all the
Yeah.
back and every mapping up.
Mm.
So typically, I think my as an educator,
Mhm.
my role, the key role is actually to make coding fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly also what we. I'm not sure if you're aware about what we've done at Filament, and also I think stuff that we've done at iNYALA is to, make something interesting with a boring thing. Make boring thing become more interesting, right? That's the whole idea. Like how you can make code which is like very boring, but the output will be something interesting. That's exactly what you show here. Really really interesting.
Because all my students are graphic and art students. They're not
Mm-hmm.
educated. So a lot of them are kind of scared in my class. What I say, no. Like what Trump say, like make coding fun again.
Fun again. Nice. That's a nice tagline. You should actually make a T-shirt of it. I think it will sell. All right.
I hope the audience can learn something from this one.
Definitely, I think definitely they learn a lot. We'll pick up some of the question. I think Helios will at the end of the session later on he will come in and then share with us some of the question that he have. But really really interesting sharing. And I also something I wanted to ask you, Stanley. Do you actually learn to do creative coding, or you just actually you just like to do creative coding? How you started to do creative coding?
How I
What made you interested with creative coding?
that's actually a question. Yeah, because I always wanted to do, and I do a lot of art installation.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. And then I find like whenever I'm teaching coding, so coding should not be like such dry and so and the interest and the people doing creative coding is very low in Malaysia. So I
Mm.
teach that.
Mm.
So that especially students, though, I say that like sometimes why we do project, you like industry or you're in the agency, then suddenly they want to launch it.
Mm.
So this is actually pretty.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is actually, and that's exactly what Paul showed just now. Like how you can basically. Yeah, I mean, probably they didn't really see the application yet when they study, but that's why we have people like Paul, and the companies. I think there's a bunch of company in Malaysia who actually do those kind of stuff, and there is an application, the actual application that can use, and again, there is a whole industry that run into it. So yeah, thank you for sharing, and it's really interesting. Hopefully I can see you maybe during the live event at iNYALA. It will be something interesting to talk to and catch up and stuff. Okay, thank you so much, Stanley. We'll get back to you later on when we have some questions, but now maybe we can go to Coune, our friend,
Hello.
all the way from Indonesia. Where are you now? Are you in Bandung or Jakarta or Jogja? Where are you now?
Yeah, I was just come back from Jogja, so now my setup is really messy. So my VR is actually crashed right now, so I
Oh
cannot
shit!
show the image.
Avatar.
But
No worries, no
yeah,
worries,
it's okay.
no worries, man.
And
Yeah. Okay. I guess the floor is you, and yeah, you can introduce yourself and yeah, share whatever you wanted to share.
all right.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you. Thank you for inviting me. I'm Cohen. I'm a visual artist and a technologist, working a lot in installation and digital art, and yeah, I will show you a few of my work, and I hope it will, I don't know, inspire or something, and information, and yeah. I think I'm gonna show my screen.
Yeah, go ahead. You can share your screen, man.
All right. Uh, so
Cool.
the first one, window. All right.
Awesome.
I don't have like time to
Slides.
prepare like these slides and stuff.
No,
And I
really.
saw like all the people here like, damn, so cool.
I understand. We understand that you are very, very busy. So yes, to see what you've done behind the scene will be something interesting. Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right, so this is like an installation that I did for like a permanent installation for a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a permanent art installation, and then I think I'm gonna go in depth because it's really interesting how like we work, because uh, sometimes we need to work with the installations pretty dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one is like two tons the weight, and hanging 20 meters. So it's really like we need to think about this.
Mm-hmm.
And then after this,
Is this
we
a
program
permanent
it.
installation?
Yeah, this is a permanent installation.
Okay.
So we program this, and then this is the preparation and the biscuit, the snack. And then we hang like 228 lamp. So I
Wow.
think it's pretty similar to LED, but this is just one channel per lights.
Mm-hmm.
So the input is like just one channel, so it's really simple.
And I
then
see.
we,
Sorry, I see you're using touch design, right, for this?
yes, in here we using mainly Touch Designer and Matrix for the installation. And then here we have like the artwork. It's actually old lamp from the city, and then we collect them and we hang them in this hotel. So the hotel have connection with the city, and this installation will connect with the people, like the hotel with the people. So we have sensor, like motion sensor, and we have also like temperature, and this is the sound sensor. Me testing the sound sensor. So we clap, and then the actually the installation
Nice.
follow the rhythmic, the clap.
Nice.
And then actually we have like two computers to control this. One in the server, and then one in the receptionist, because we have this idea of input, like how many people who stay in the hotel, and then we input that data, and then the lights like will light up according to the people who stay in the hotel. So like that, but because it's really complicated to integrate to the hotel software, like the receptionist software stuff.
Yes.
So we made a controller. Wait. Oh,
And this is a project that is commissioned by the hotel themselves, is it?
yes.
I see. Okay.
So we made a controller, like a little
Nice.
controller.
And you have like Raspberry Pi, Arduino inside it, or
This
just
is
a PCB board?
Arduino inside.
Okay.
I can show you inside like this.
Nice.
This is the inside,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is just actually a simple counter,
Mm-hmm.
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and etc. And then we process that data for the lights. And then here we can see the motion sensor. So when people walk,
Nice.
yeah. All right. And then, yeah, there is also humidity and temperature sensor, but I don't think like I have the video
Video
for
of
that.
it.
Yeah.
And where do you actually put up the sensor? Is it like
So
on
this
the
is
ground
actually
or?
the sensor is actually up here.
Okay.
So the sensor is actually a camera. So I
Okay.
process the pixel from the camera, and then to drive the lights in here.
That's quite
So actually there's
yeah, quite clever way of getting the input, the data input actually.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I figure out like camera have a lot of data if you process it. There's color,
Yes.
brightness, and then pixel.
Yes.
And then if you play with it, and then if you like being like clever with it, you can do a lot of things. Even you can send data across the world using like Zoom meeting or something, and then you capture the display on the other side, and then you like process it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then yeah, this is the work for a hotel, and then there's another one. This one is for Oppo.
This is quite recent also,
Uh,
right?
yeah, this is quite recent. So this one is in Oppo Gallery. So they want this is one also is permanent installation. So uh, this one is like an artwork, and it can like when idle, it has an animation, and it can also be controlled by the phone. We have the OST input from the phone, and then we can control the installation.
Wow.
But the challenge here, like I work with an artist, and then the artist is like a sculpture artist. So they want all like individual lights. It's one like one thread of wire. So they want the looks like a sculpture.
Okay.
And then yeah, it's really challenging because I for for the mapping, like the LED mapping, is really a mess.
Yeah,
And
it
then
is.
yeah, the wire, it has like 3 kilometers of wires.
Wow,
So we
crazy.
cut it. Yeah, we cut it one by one, and then yeah, it's actually pretty messy works. But this one is an example when there's a lot of dead pixel and miss mapping.
So
And
can I also we also know so that one is actually a light, or is it a RGB light, or what is the pixel made out of, like each one of the things?
yeah, so this one is actually one input, so it's not RGB.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is yeah, this is not RGB. So this one actually this is also interesting because we need to think, because if we want RGB thing, we need a lot of universe
Yes.
for the input and stuff.
Yes.
And then there's also the problem of the budget of the client and stuff. La
Always.
la la. Yeah. And then we need to think like, okay, what is the way out? And then actually with the monochrome like display, you can get creative and get away with something nice.
Yes.
Um,
That's true.
so yeah, we play with the like just like the silhouette of it.
I mean, this also
And
sort of like remind me of, like, during the olden days where we have like Nokia phone. the 3310 Nokia phone kind of thing, right? We also like do this pixel art kind of thing and in the phone and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
that's
really
it.
nice
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
Yeah, really cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I really love to play with like restriction. And then yeah, this is the mesh like cable behind it. And then this is actually the DMX
Okay.
PCB.
So it's all run on DMX actually.
Yeah, DMX. And then yeah, this is almost done, the mapping and stuff.
Nice.
And yeah, yeah, basically the movement of the eyes, it can be controlled by the phone, like with the
Cool.
OSG input.
Cool.
So yeah.
That is really really nice. Yeah. And this is permanent
Yeah.
also on at Oppo Jakarta. Is it in Jakarta or?
Yeah, it's in Jakarta. Yeah,
Nice.
Oppo Jakarta.
Cool.
And then the most recent one is the PLED.
Yes.
This is like this is piano that we make.
This is really nice. Yeah.
So in here, this is also interesting because we want to make something that can stand alone and then be unbreakable. But DIY, like I'm only like we are only 2 people working on this. Like one guy on the hardware and me on the software. And we think about like how we can control it, and then we can make this thing like can stand alone, like even we are not on site and there's no people on site. So this is also the interesting part of the installation, the packing, because when you have like a product like that, it's really delicate to like like place it to one place and the other, and then it's really a challenge to like pack things and stuff. This is
that is the actual piano. Is it? It's an actual piano, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, we need to be careful with this because it's actual panel like all around the piano. So we make sure if there's no dead pixel and stuff and blah, blah, blah. And then also here we play with the, because this is the piano and people got really close to it. And when people got really close to LED, the lights will look different when you are far away. Like you know, when you are far away, the resolution can be okay and it can be good and stuff. But you're close to it, and the LED is like P4 or like not really like dense. You can really like see the pixel of it, and then it will get really like not good. But
True.
you can also play with that. So in here we have like P4 panels, but because P4 panels, like if you got close to it, it's really like you have gap. You have like big gap, but with that gap, we make it like a sparkle, so it's like sparkling. So we play with that gap, and
It's
then
kind of nice also. It looks like, it have this pixel art kind of, aesthetic to it.
yeah,
Which is really nice.
yeah. So yeah, we need to think about that, like the hardware and the aesthetic that we want, and then also like the how we achieve that. Because we try to put like a really detailed like like image or number. It doesn't work
It doesn't
because
work. Yeah.
because the panel resolution, it's not good. And yeah, so we need to think about like something that it's working on this kind of situation. So yeah, and we decided to make this really uh, pixelated and like sparkling stuff.
Yeah. Really nice.
And
Actually.
yeah. And then yeah, this is also like there's the test of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So just to also confirm, it's also audio react, right? So you can actually control the. I mean, once you actually click on the piano key, it will also control the visual. Does it?
yes.
I see.
So this is like interactive with the piano. So in here, like this thing is changing according to your chord that you are playing.
Ah.
So the pattern will change according to pattern that according to your chord that you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
So it will trigger a new pattern every chord that you're playing.
And this is generative, and it's not pre-rendered content, right? It's all generative
It's
content.
generative, yeah.
Nice. All run through touch design.
This is all touch designer.
Okay. Okay. That's it.
Can you hear the sound of it?
Yes. Slightly.
The video?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is actually have this like according to the chord, like it will have like unique pattern of it.
Mm-hmm.
We can see maybe here also changing the pattern.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then yeah, because all of this installation that I made, it's
Mm-hmm.
permanent.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to think how to troubleshoot the installation
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
remotely,
Yeah.
because yeah, I cannot be like forever in Bandung or like in the same city as the installation.
Yeah.
So we actually have a modem inside every installation, so
Mm-hmm.
has like this internet
Mm-hmm.
um, connection,
Mm-hmm.
so we can control it remotely
Mm-hmm.
from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So actually in piano here there's internet, and then in this one there's also
Mm-hmm.
internet, and
Mm-hmm.
then this one is there's also internet.
Mm-hmm.
And then that is really handy with
Mm-hmm.
this like kind of permanent installation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you need to do maintenance and maintain it, making sure it works
True.
and so on, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it does make sense, and there's also having this, I think Stanley did mention something about it, like about maintenance and making sure that how it works and stuff, and yeah, I mean, it does. It's actually a really big struggle for us as someone who actually work on an installation, especially for a permanent installation,
True.
because you need to make sure that it runs for a really, really long time. Yeah.
True. True.
So yeah, really interesting
And
to
sometimes
see.
there's a bug, and sometimes
Exactly.
there's a crash.
Yes, yes,
And
and yeah, and
yeah, and
it's interesting to and also it's worth note that over time it will deteriorate. Technology is like that, something happened with the wiring, something happened with the lights and so on.
true.
So you need to be aware on that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That is really like something to think about, because
Mm-hmm.
for this installation that we hang,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard to, if there's a wiring problem, it's really hard to repair it, because we need to bring this all down and then
Mm-hmm.
like search the problem and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
before before the execution of the like reparation or something, we
Mm-hmm.
need to really diagnose what is the problem really,
Mm-hmm.
because if we miss,
Mm-hmm.
we will lose like time and then resources
Mm-hmm.
to do the reparation and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that thing is really really important when we have like this permanent installation, and it's
Mm-hmm.
really like yeah. And then every, because this like art installation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every installation is like unique thing, and has like different problems and stuff. So yeah, that should like um something to think about before the like execution and stuff.
Yes, definitely. We always need to, I mean, I think also based on our experience, pre-production is very, very important. We need to plan everything really well, to
Mm.
make sure that when we go on site, we already think about all the solution for a lot of all this kind of problem that we're going to face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's it for me.
Cool. Thank you,
And then
Koen.
maybe I'll send the CV to Paul.
I think Paul will be happy, happy to hear that. Yeah. Thank you, Cohen. I think,
All right. Thank you.
um, yeah, it's a really interesting, it's a really interesting sharing, and yeah, I can hear myself. I'm mute. Helios first. Yeah. Thank you so much to Cohen for sharing, and also very, very interesting sharing in terms of like, more on installation itself, or permanent installation itself. And I think that's basically we can see the range of speaker that we have today are really diverse in terms of, like, Paul shared, his commercial project, mostly based on events, moving installation and stuff. And then we have Stanley shared, his point of view, also work with art installation, but more for like hobbyist point of view. And also, like, what Coin does is more on like the art installation, and really from the point of view of artists. But all of this actually involve like the stuff that we going to use at the end of the at the end of the event itself, during the event especially, which is iNYALA, which is LED. And hence the idea is, the the extension on what else you can use, what else you can do also with LED, other than, use it for billboards, and use it for, like, just display board at malls and stuff. And this is some of it, like a really cool stuff that all the speakers already shared. And yeah, we have Helios back here. I think Helios, you can yeah, maybe share with us some of the question that you have. um,
Sure, sure. Yeah, I think just now Koen actually talk about these questions that
mhm.
actually pretty much a lot of students asked about, because you see, from a layman point of view, right, we are actually more like, of course we have our skill set, but everything we do, definitely there will be first time that we do it, so it's actually more like a DIY project, right?
Mm.
Then there will be failure because of our scripting issues, because of we might bought the wrong materials that doesn't last, right? But how you actually QC yourself when you actually come up with ideations, like for your material, for your ideation, how you make sure that your thing lasts. Not even for permanent installations, like just for, like, let's say a month or two, right? A lot of people actually lost their confidence when they try to put up an installation just for a month or two,
Mm.
because not everyone has the luxury to have a team of technicians to service the installations, right? So
Yeah.
how you guys actually manage this when you come up with your ideas? Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe we start with Paul.
Yeah.
Sure. I think it's a very good question. A lot of things, I guess, comes with experience.
Mhm.
Like the more problems you have, you take note of them, you learn from them. Or sometimes sometimes you don't have problems, but then you dig for problems and try to really find out what kind of things that could happen. But it is, I think, with like all this, especially with the technology we use. With Touch Designer even, or LEDs and all this, it's hard to tell when you have a problem. And the hard part is that, in a way, you spend maybe like 1 or 2 months building the thing, and you're actually putting a prototype live, which is very scary. But what we usually do to kind of avoid too many problems is prototyping is super important. Testing is super important. Every time when we create an interactive installation, we would always try to get somebody to test, somebody outside of the team to test.
Mhm.
So it's a kind of like a phantom user in a way. So like if they come in, don't tell them anything. Don't tell them that you're supposed to raise your hands here and all those kind of things. Just experience it and see what can go wrong. And then, so we do one of those, a few of those, and then a few of crazy users. So the instruction says, put your hands up, and the guy decides to jump. So like trying to like push the limits of it to see
like stress test lah. Stress test
and then you slowly find the bugs, and I think with the bugs it's also important not to mask them. So you really dig in and try to find what the issues are. That's what I can think of now, at least.
Fair enough from the industry. I mean, this is a good answer from the industry, I think. Yeah. How about you, Stanley? I mean, for your case?
My case probably use high quality items. No, I mean, using something that is very high quality. No, I mean like the one I expected it to last. It was supposed to be 1 month outdoor in Singapore, and then it brought back to due for another. They told me there was only like a 6 months installation. You see, that thing it then lasted till now, and then but we use pretty like high quality supply. Other than that, I think everything else was constructed. Like when the tubes were all constructed. Those were not like Philips tube, those were LED strips, waterproof and other. Secondly, probably is also the one I think say like remote control. Like you have to go in there and do that part is really valuable. It's like or else it's like before you leave the site you have to like double check first.
Yeah, that's true. I think that happened to a lot of us. For me also, we do a lot of like projection mapping, and like if something happened with the projector, we need to double check. We need to like be there and make sure that it runs and stuff. And it's to have like team viewer there to like for us to tinker around with the system and stuff. It's actually helped a lot. Yeah.
I think remote is kind of like become like essential for installation art right now. Yeah. So Coune, for you?
Yep. For me, it's also the same. Like we need to test before putting the installation, like stress test, and then for the material that we use, how we choose it is like we choose the best, but also we optimize and simplify the things that we use. So if we have a lot of things like on the installations, it got really difficult to like if there's a problem or a breakdown or something. Maybe like simplify or optimize the software or the coding and a lot like that stuff. And then after that, like the hardware, like because the coding is optimized, so the hardware can really be simpler. And then so the installation is more reliable and stuff. And I think that's it.
I got a question to also add on with what you say about material, Coune. The piano, right? The piano installation for festival relics that you have, that LED, is it a reusable LED or is it a new LED that you bought?
So it's actually a new LED that we bought, and we need to think about that also, like you're reusing like old LEDs, because for now, like the structure that we made is really like a modular thing. So if we have like a broken LED panel, we can like quickly change it and then put the new one and stuff. But if we want to make like if we want to use like a used LED, like old LEDs, we need to think about like how the structure will like be and stuff. So, but it's nice idea, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's where it goes back to Helios. I think Helios, maybe you can share also what is your plan for the iNYALA installation.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, just for you guys information, because we deal a lot with repair LEDs. So that is one of our main jobs of our company. So we receive like kind of a number of like old LEDs panel time to time. So this iNYALA actually we plan to use at least like, I think more than half of it is actually from this refurbished LED. Means that it's actually decommissioned LED billboards that they already brought down. It's supposed to send to disposal. So my team actually spent some time to actually sort out like 60% of it from that pile and then make it into usable again. And then with the help of June actually is one of our space designer. So we actually formed another new LED out of these old LED panels, and we formed into another art form. But of course, I mean, like what you say is very tricky actually, because you need to make sure that the old LED working. So basically, we need to like run through all the panels again and run through stress tests again, make sure everything works. And also, we have another spare about 15% on site. So anything happen, we still have enough spare part to change that, because old LED generally it won't last as long as new one, and the color will have some issues, discolorations and all this.
Cool.
Okay.
Any other question, Helios, from your side?
I think I have one last question. I think this is the question that we always ask in all the iNYALA workshops, because you see, nowadays when we talk about new media art, right? New media art, the area is so wide that we covered about. I mean, just like today, you can see works about audio, works about visual, works about even like mechanical art installations. So I believe everyone has their own skill set. So, but new media art doesn't mean that it's only for students who study design, right? So for each and every one of you, I believe you always that have a very essential skill that make you who you are right now. So what is that skill of yours that you think is like the most important skill set of yours that make you who you are right now? I mean, you definitely know a lot of things. I mean, like for Stanley, I know him like he basically knows everything. But what is the thing that actually give you the spark that started and then made you who you are at right now? I think these are very big questions, right? I mean, for everyone it's different.
Maybe we can go with Stanley first.
I think Stanley should start with something very interesting to make you who you are.
Kind of interesting question. Yes, for me, especially all these install. Sometimes the most rewarding thing is once the installation is stand aside there and then you just watch people interact or enjoy. I guess that would be probably one of. So then also like runs that's probably some real
I think we'll probably lose you a bit there actually, but yeah, I mean it's true. That satisfaction that you see your actual artwork finish, right, and see people interact with it and so on. I think that's a really, I think one of the reasons why we actually do all this kind of stuff lah. What about Paul? Paul, how do you start? And I mean, I think you are not really technical about you are not running or doing something technical, right, in Kazakh. Maybe you can also share how you actually started and
I started with I don't even remember how I started.
You didn't remember how you started?
I think I started with projection mapping. We bought this like 360 cylinder. Long story short, I used to be a photographer, and so I used to shoot for Google Street View. So we bought this cylinder, thinking like, oh, maybe we could, if we put street view on the like a dome, might be cool. So we bought a cylinder, bought some projectors, mapped out a 360 thing, and slowly think about like, oh, maybe we could walk in there, so it came from there, and then I slowly learned a few softwares. I mean, I'm not the best coder. I mean, I can do some stuff, but not a lot. And then I slowly slowly we built this company, and I slowly transitioned more into coming up with the ideas. But coming up with the ideas, I think it's quite special in a way that you really need to have an imagination of what you want to do. At the same time, understand a few different softwares to know, feasibility.
Yes.
Like if the client wants a 4D experience, what can you actually do? Can you trigger the hair dryers? Can you detect hand motion? Can you detect face emotions? Whatever. So for me, it's a lot about. For me, I think a lot about like understanding maybe a quarter of all the different softwares, and then putting them together, thinking how to like connect the whole experience together.
It's I think pretty similar journey on how I started my journey to within filament, and how I end up doing a lot of application mapping and stuff. How about Coune? How you started Coune? And I think probably we already had this talk before, but for the sake of the audience.
I actually forgot what I was saying. So I was started like I was like in the art school, and then I was studying art and stuff, and then in the spare time I play games, and then games is really like mind-blowing to me, like how they code, how they make the games like really optimized and stuff. And then I was really like inspired by that, and then I was thinking about how to do that into like art. Like, do you know like why the piano LED has like one color for the exhibition? Actually, there's a story. There's a dead pixel. So the dead pixel only lights the red color. So we need to think, like we need to adapt. We need to like make things work. Like I think that's what I really like about this. Like that's what like why I'm here. Like I really like to like turn my head around, like thinking like how we work with this and how we make it work, and then how it like has to be beautiful and like people enjoy it and stuff. And just like playing games, like video games, like I think that's it. Like that's what like sparked me.
That's sum up the whole thing actually pretty much. What we do. And I think I always say to people like designer or people like us, we are actually a problem solver. We actually solve a lot of problem. Even though if there is no problem, we actually find problem and solve that problem. And that's what we do most of the time, right? So I guess
sometimes you don't sleep because
that's true. So I guess thank you again to everyone, to all the speakers. Or do we have any other question, Helios?
No, that's all.
I guess that's about it for the workshops. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Stanley. Thank you, Coune. It was like really nice, sharing, because I know all of you guys, but we never been really have time to sit down. And I met Coune, I think 2019. I think Coune, you came to Malaysia, and we done something at Immershow and Urbanscapes and stuff. And I've been checking out Stanley's stuff, and been following his work on Instagrams. And Paul, we met and sit down, and we try to actually work together. And I think some of right now we actually also try to actually work together in terms of like some of the commercial stuff. But it's really nice to see the diversity of what else you can do. And I hope for all of the students who involved in this competition, it gives you guys this opportunity on, okay, if you really want to go into this, and you can, you know, go into this commercialization of it. Or if you want to do something else but you still want to practice this, you can, you know, make it as a hobby. Or you wanted to actually do something more interesting, or like, you know, go into a different direction, and that's what, you know, Coune does on you know, using technology a more artistic way. So there's a lot of revenue, there's a lot of potential, and I think moving forward there is more things that you can actually get out of this, whatever we actually do within, especially within art and technology. And I guess from that, that's for me. And thank you everyone who've been following for the whole entire, you know, workshop, from workshop 1 to workshop 3. And thank you Helios. So I'll pass to Helios to sum up and finish up the workshops.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us. So maybe we can end with group photos.
Yeah, let's do that. I think Coune will will add on your avatar later on.
Oh, alright.
Alright, okay.
Sorry.
Alright. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Alright, thank you so much.
Cool.
So for the students, and the submission will be by end of this week, which is like 16. So 12 a.m. So we hope to receive your submissions. So we have received like a couple of it. So we're still looking forward for more of it. Thank you.
Alright,
Alright,
cool.
thank you and have a good night. Thanks
Thank
everyone.
you everyone. Thank you Sandy, thank you Paul, thank you Coune.
Thank you.
Alright, bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, bro.
Alright, okay, bye.
So.